Hey, well, you get that ready. I'm going to go out in the garage. I guess you want me to hang some bikes up on the ceiling, don't you?
Please, thank you.
Okay, let's see what that's all about. Ooh, getting you busy and dizzy. Hey, and also the bird houses out there.
Yeah.
I saw all kinds of red-winged blackbirds out there this morning, and they were fighting over themselves to get the suet.
Were they?
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, there's none out there right now. There's different
I've gone out there and scared them all away.
There's different birds out there now.
Those little bastards.
Yeah. Okay.
Am I allowed to say that?
Well, I don't know. You did. I don't think anybody heard it though. Okay. We're gonna go out here in the garage. And see, we got some bikes here. 3 bikes. And we don't have much room here. We just got done going on a road trip from Chicago to Sacramento area and we had a nice cool bike rack here, and I'll have to show you how that works later. Right there from Thule, I don't know how you say that, Thule or Thule. That right there. And we also put this thing right here up on top of the rack up above, and that was called a Yakima, and that was pretty nice. That clips on. See the clips on there? Right here. One there and one over there. And on top of a car, the ones with the rack this way. See how you've got 2 of them? One there and one back there. You just hook it on that. Now see, on a car like this, on my mother's van, like this, I don't know how you would do it because it's on the sides, one there and one there. You'd have to do something different. So these don't fit on everything. Okay, but enough of that. We've got these 3 bikes here, and I wanted to get them off of the floor. And where did I end up going? I think I went to Lowe's. Let's get this. Here's my bike hooks here. See there? Like that. And then I'm gonna lift the bike straight up and hang it off of these hooks. 2 hooks. 2 hooks per bike. Nope, that's for the wheel. Okay, so when you screw it up there, it's like that. You hang it on that. And I like to get the one that's nice and thick and long. They had some other hooks that were like half the size of this. The threads were smaller and this length wasn't as long. Well, I didn't like that. And if you notice, we've got sheetrock ceilings up here. Okay, so you've got to have this hook long enough because the first 1/2 inch or 5/8 of an inch is going through sheetrock before you hit the wood. Okay. And so that's that. I'm not going to show you exactly how to do that on this video, but coming up I will. And in here, it's like, where on earth would the ceiling joists be? Usually your ceiling joists are every 2 feet on center. When I look at this, I haven't checked anything out yet, but I see that there's a garage door opener here, and it's going this direction, the bolts, okay? And you see these hangers for the garage are going the same direction as that. The other garage door bracket over there is going the same direction. I look over here on this garage door and the brackets are going the same direction. See how they're going from left to right when I'm over here looking at this way, they're going from left to right. See? Now I look at the ceiling light fixtures, they're going from left to right from there. So that tells me, what does that tell me? Probably that they're hitting ceiling joists that are going this direction. Okay, so then usually the ceiling joists are every 2 feet on center. So I can look from there, and more than likely there's another one right in there, and I just measure over every 2 feet from the center of that, and I'll go over, and I already took some pre-measures from, oh, come on. Oh, there we go. I took some pre-measures from there, and I measured over, and that was 8 feet over, and every 2 feet you're gonna have a ceiling joist. And see where the electrical outlet was there and the wiring, they usually put those boxes right next to a joist or a truss, and that's probably on one side of the truss and the bolts are in the middle. And so I think that's right where that is, and I see over there where the electrical outlet is on the ceiling, see? So the joist is probably right there again, and I measure over from that over, that's probably 6 feet, and these are probably screwed straight up to the ceiling joists. I call them ceiling joists, or they're trusses for the roof system. And so I'm going to take some measurements, and then I'm going to go over 2 feet, put a mark, do a little probe hole or whatever, about in the location of where I want these hooks. So I'm going to have to kind of strategically place these out because I got 3 bikes, and I'm not quite sure exactly where I'm going to hang the bikes yet. I'm going to have to do some measuring because I can't have the bikes encroach into the garage door. And where these cars are, I've got to make a decision. Do I want them hanging above the car? And if so, where are they going to be? And all of that, okay? So I'm going to have to talk to the missus, the boss lady, find out from her approximately where these bikes should go, make sure that there's enough room if we're going to put them above the bikes, above the cars and all that kind of stuff, okay? And incidentally, when I put these in, what else am I going to do? I'm not going to just try to screw those up there by hand. I'm going to pre-drill them. So I'm going to get a drill bit, a little bit smaller in diameter than this, okay? After I find the center of the joists and the trusses, I'm going to pre-drill that. Then I'm going to be able to put that up there and maybe just twist it up in there with my hand. If not, I may have to get it. I may have to get a 2x4 or something and put it in there and use that kind of as a twisty wrench and twist this, you know. Or I'll just take my hand and do it. And if I pre-drill this just right, I may be able to just twist that baby right on in there. Okay, but like I say, that's for another video. But that gives you an idea of what you can do for storage on getting those bikes up off the ground. And you're going to have way more space. I don't want to have these bikes here. I put them up there. I can get them out of the way. Plus I've got some bins here. See these plastic bins? We can fill those up with all kinds of stuff and put them up on top of areas like that. See these? I'm going to end up taking the bins that are full of stuff and I'm going to put those up high, and if I have any more space, I may go into a closet or something and stack these bins way up high on closet tops of shelves and stuff. Okay? All right. That's enough. Video Joe out. Yes, you don't see the bikes up there yet, but I'm getting ready to install these bikes over here up to the ceiling using these brackets right here. I got at Lowe's. Okay. And what I did, see, I've already got some marks up there, don't I? Exactly where I think they're going to go. This direction, one bike there, one bike over here. And how did I get those measurements anyways? Well, I took the bikes down here like this. And 2 of the bikes are men's bikes. One is kind of like a women's bike. But I took my tape measure, locked it on the ground, and then I can figure out about the center of the wheel is about right there. Go down the center of the wheel there, 42 inches. Okay, and I measured the other 2 bikes. The woman's bike, actually it looks like a man's bike, but it's set up for a woman. That one was 39 inches from center to center. The other bike was 42. Okay, so I got 3 bikes. I'm doing 2 of them 42-inch centers. for where those brackets need to go up there. Okay? And first off I decided, okay, where am I going to put these in the garage? Because this is a 9-foot ceiling here, and by the way, the bikes, I measured the bikes, they're about 3 feet tall, and I didn't want the bikes to hang down too low in walkway areas or something like that. I mean, these should be okay to where they're going to be above your head. You shouldn't have to duck, but I decided to put 2 there, and the joists, the trusses are 2 foot on center, so I know that was on 1 truss. I measured over 2 feet, and that, the garage door opener, is bolted onto a joist. I know that because they were bolted screw, 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 and then the electrical outlet the box was put on one side of the joist, that was put in the middle of the truss. Okay, so I measured off of there, and I took some marks on the ceiling, and then I made a determination. I went up there with a little nail, and I ended up using some 8s. You see, this is an 8D. This is a sheetrock nail. That wasn't long enough to use, and I could have used a 16. I decided not to use a 16 because then I'm going to poke too big of holes, and I know the sheetrock was at least 5/8 of an inch thick up on the ceiling in the garage, and so I poked up there and I got a mark, and then I wanted to make sure I hit in the center of the ceiling truss. Now see, you can see I put some pencil marks, then I did a little probing, and then I measured off, and once I found the center of that one, I went over to the center, went 24 inches, then I poked a hole right there with another nail, made sure I was in the center of the joist, then measured off the light fixture, assuming the light fixture was straight, and measured off of that to come over, and then 2 foot over from there. And then I double checked my measurements, and I still also poked holes up there. So I know pretty comfortably those are about the center of the trusses. Okay, now I'm gonna drill. And if you have a drill, my word, I had a drill here. It's my Pops, and it's a 12-volt Skill, and I didn't have it charged up. It only came with 1 battery, so I just charged that up, and it's still not charged all the way. What to do? I didn't want to wait any longer, so I always have my standby trusty drill with the extension cord on there. That way it's all ready to go. And what I ended up doing is I had to find an outlet in the garage. If you're having a hard time finding an outlet, always go up to where your garage door opener is, and usually there's a duplex outlet up there. See the orange extension cord? Went ahead and plugged right up there, and then I wrapped it around a little bit. I wrapped another one. You can't really see it, but I didn't want that coming straight down to maybe fall out of that or something. So I'm just using that as my cord. Okay, and then I've got to decide. I had one more bike where to put that. Well, my mother, she drives this van, this white van right here, and this one over here is basically going to be here mainly for storage whenever I come to town, that kind of stuff. And so the thought process was come off that light fixture over there, come over 2 feet, and go into the center and put it right above the van, the SUV. Okay, so nobody's really going to be walking over there at all, and so that's where I'm going to put the third bike. So you always got to kind of figure, where are you going to put your bikes? You know, do a little thought process, figure out everything, and get ready to install those hooks. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.